Then he returns home and get ready for this. He starts ordering on Amazon the tools that they say he used to dismember her body.
What's up, y'all? We got some David courtroom updates. Let's get into this. I look, I saw like a little piece of it, but I'm like, nah, I gotta talk about this. This is crazy. So let's get into it right now.
Let's get you caught up to speed on our top stories today. Beginning with this, two high-profile murder cases go before judges today. Nick Reiner, accused of stabbing his parents to death.
Crazy.
And singer David, accused of murdering Celeste Rivas Hernandez. A couple of really grim stories. Fox Local's Christina Gonzalez is live at the Criminal Courts building in downtown LA with the very latest on both cases this afternoon. Christina, a really busy day.
Oh, Marla, I just literally ran out of the David courtroom. And I'm going to warn everybody because what's happened today we did not expect. They're setting a preliminary hearing for May 26th. And that what happened to...
Yo, who the fuck is this dude in the shot? Who is this Rob Dyrdek looking ass? Bruh, get out the shot. Yo, if you see people filming the news, get out the shot, bro. Just get out the shot.
Setting a preliminary hearing for May 26th. And that what happened today, the big deal today, was that there was actually an argument between the defense and prosecutors because the prosecutors filed what they believe is their case to be presented at the preliminary hearing. Now, at that point, the defense stood up and said, we don't want the public to hear this. They tried to seal it because it is very, very disturbing. I have been able to obtain this. The judge agreed that it does not have to be sealed, so we, the media, can get it and present it to the people who you listening. But I want to warn you before I read some of these elements, this is disturbing stuff. And it's a good reason why they wanted it sealed, the defense. Let me show you some video, but please be aware, I'm going to try to be as tasteful as I can. But in essence, what the prosecution is saying is that David Burke met Celeste Rivas when she was 11 years old and he was 18. They started
11?
dating when he was when she was 13. He was 18, and they
Okay, 13, 18. That's crazy.
started a sexual relationship. Now, they believed her parents found out, took her cell phone away because she kept on running away from him. And we've heard about this before.
Wait. So she was running away with him? So she was the reason why he was running away, allegedly? And they took her cell phone away?
But he actually bought her a cell phone at her junior high school and actually, you know...
Bro out here in junior high school buying girls cell phones? So the parents took the cell phone away. And then he was like, nah, baby, I got you. I'm going to buy you a new cell phone because fuck your parents. That's crazy.
Had it delivered to her. Now, they did have a sexual relationship for quite some time. She ran away. But here is, and I warn you, this is where it gets really crazy. According to the prosecution...
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. That's beyond gross, bro. That's beyond gross, bro. Nobody checked you. Your family didn't check you. Nobody that loves you was like, bro, you way out of pocket. You can't be 18 dating a 13-year-old, bro. That's crazy.
The night before they believe she was killed, April 23rd, the night of the 22nd, there was a big fight, and they went back and forth with text messages. She was upset because he was seeing other girls, and she was threatening in those text messages to disclose information about him that would get him in trouble and quote.
So you got more girls, even though you on the pedo stuff? And then she find out that you got other girls? And then she like, I'm gonna tell everybody that you like young girls? What is happening, bro?
Ruin his career. So
yeah,
he actually gets an Uber for her, according to prosecutors, and has her delivered to his home that day, April 23rd, to come to the house. He pays the Uber to drop her off, and according to them, that is when he kills her.
So he was like, look, I got multiple young girls, and I don't want you blowing up the spot. So I'm going to kill you so that you don't tell other people that I like underage girls. So instead of being a pedo, I'm a pedo murderer. Where did that make sense in his head?
They say he stabbed her to death, and he actually waited according to this complaint, until she quote unquote bled out.
Oh.
Then he took her phone, traveled to Santa Barbara, and kept on calling, texting her, saying, "Where are you? Where are you?" As her body is sitting.
He thought that was going to work. He took her phone after the Uber know where she's at. You picked up the girl and brought the Uber to the house. That's a record. You can't just travel with the phone and then act like you don't know where she at. Like, you're the last known person that she saw. What?
In her house, again, according to prosecutors. I want to underline that David has declared himself not guilty. Okay.
Right. And I heard about this last year and I just threw it in the back of my mind. Because I'm like, it's just far-fetched. But now, it's looking crazy, bro. There's no way, bro.
Okay, of all this already in court, of any charges or whatever may happen. So he goes to Santa Barbara, and that's where, according to the complaint, investigators actually found her ID and some of her stuff. Then he returns home, and get ready for this, he starts ordering on Amazon the tools that they say he used to dismember her body.
Bro got a hacksaw from Amazon. You got a chainsaw from Amazon. What? It's recorded, bro. What?
Including, and I kid you not, a burn cage and shovels and all kinds of things.
So you tried to cremate her too? So your plan was to cut her body up and then cremate her and then be like, I don't know where she's at. Bro, if this is true, bro, you're gonna die in jail. If this is true, you're dying in jail. I'm sorry.
Has the stuff delivered, and according to them, because they served a search warrant in his garage, this is where he supposedly did this, he proceeded to dismember her body. Specifically, Jaring is taking away her pinky finger because his name was tattooed on it. Again, these are allegations by the prosecution. He has pled not guilty, and this is the case they plan to present at the preliminary hearing on May 26. They say that they have a biological evidence, her DNA in the garage, in items left over from the pool, that kind of thing. Now, the defense...
I mean, that's going to be tough because we already know she was in and out the house all the time. So her DNA being found anywhere isn't really conclusive, you know, at least not from what I'm looking at. So, yeah.
Wanted all of this squashed because they said this is prejudicial to him, obviously. The prosecution in court was saying, of course it's prejudicial. There's our case against them. The judge decided, we do not seal this from the public. The defense said, well, how are you not going to taint a jury pool? And what the judge said is, LA is big enough, the jury pool is big enough, and they have enough cases like this that by the time we get to a trial, which probably will be in a few years, the jury pool...
A few years for trial? No, we need that expeditiously right now.
Will be able to find people who are not biased by this. Now, it goes on. I mean, I'm still reading through this paperwork, and I'm going to have a lot more at 5 o'clock. But, you know, supposedly he drove the Tesla, and purposely he left her at the Tesla at the locations so that her body would decompose, according to prosecutors, thinking that it would be much more difficult for them to tie her to him.
See, and that's what doesn't make any sense. Why put a dead person in a car that is registered to you? That's what I don't get. You could have did anything else. You could have got a rental car. You could have stole a car. You could have did anything else. But to put a dead body in your car and just be like, it was stolen. No, bro. A Tesla got cameras all around it. If you touch it, it will record you. So I'm not buying that. We need the Tesla footage. The Tesla got footage of the whole thing. Where is that footage? You need to call Elon Musk and say, yo, figure out a way to get the footage of what happened inside that car. Open and closed case.
It's a really gruesome, really disturbing. It's you know, I'm just giving you the highlights.
Right.
It's disturbing. And he was in court. Obviously, this was not read in court today, but he looks scared. He looks very alert. He's working.
You should be very scared.
with his attorneys. He has 3 female attorneys, very good attorneys. The prosecution also has a female attorney, so it's all women around this little guy. He's tiny. It amazes me how little he is. He's a very small-framed man. He was very alert, but he looks scared. And if this is what the prosecution says they can prove in their preliminary hearing, this is scary for them. The May 26th, they wanted, the defense had initially said, hey, let's do it Friday. And the prosecution called them on it, said, okay, let's do it Friday, but Friday's May Day. And they're expecting protests. The judge was saying, we're going to have protests downtown. Do you really want to do this? And then the defense, when they said they had just filed this motion, he said, wait a minute, no, we need some time to go over some evidence, and they're still getting stuff, so they decided on May 26th. So that is when we will probably get more of this information. And it looks like a very difficult case and a disturbing case against this young man. But again, he has pled not guilty, he has good attorneys, and they say they intend to prove that he didn't do this. So we'll have to see what happens.
I need not only to know if he did it or not, but if he didn't do it, I need to know exactly what happened. I need to know exactly who did it and how they did it. Not just that he didn't do it. Because now it just begs way more questions. Like whether he did it or not is irrelevant. Him being involved seems almost absolute. So we need to figure out what happened, as well as if he did it or not.
In the Nick Reiner case, they actually postponed their preliminary. They didn't even set up.
We ain't even getting on that right now. It looks like David might be cooked. It looked like David is cooked. It sucks because it appears as though a lot of people knew that he was dating an underage person. It seemed like the parents were aware that she was with David. And does that mean that the parents should be held responsible? Do y'all think that the parents should be held responsible for her being with David? And what this really shows is, look, young people, young ladies especially, do not run away from home. Listen to your parents. Do not go run in the streets with some boy. Don't do that. Don't do it. Because you know why? Because once you leave your safe haven, aka your house, you're now just a generic person. You're unaccounted for. You're an unaccounted for person that could go missing again. That's probably why he felt like he could kill her, because she's already missing, right? Do not run away. Please, never do that. Just thug it out, but don't run away, because you need to still be accountable to somebody, and it's not going to be some boy. Please be safe. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Be safe. Also, it begs the question, if other people knew that weird stuff was going on with David, what's happening right now that's going to lead to another tragedy? How can we figure out who the next David is? Is there some Discord chat where somebody's saying some super weird stuff that we need to be aware of? Because that's crazy. You had a 13-year-old girl dating an 18-year-old boy, and he touring. Bro's on tour. He got streamer friends that know that a 13-year-old girl is in the area. How is nobody held accountable for that? It's not okay. But let me know what y'all think. I'm going to be very tied into this case and see what the hell's going on, because this is insane. And it's looking like, if this is true, if they can prove this, David is cooked. Absolutely deep fried, burnt to a crisp, cooked. But let me know what y'all think. We'll talk about this again some other time. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, peace out.